Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make Ofada sauce, which is also known as fried stew or atadidin in Nigeria. Ofada sauce is basically a palm oil based stew that is traditionally served with Ofada rice in Nigeria. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Ofada rice, but I love the fried stew, so today I'm gonna be serving it with basmati rice. So for the pepper mixture, I will be using 2 large bell peppers and 2 sweet peppers. You don't have to use the sweet peppers, you can just use 4 large bell peppers in this recipe. I'm also going to be using 3 scotch bonnets. However, you can add more or reduce this to your own preference, and 1 large onion. I use the food processor because I don't want the peppers to be too smooth, and this does the job well basically. So as you can see, I've transferred the pepper mixture onto a sieve to remove excess water. If you don't remove the excess water, it just means that it will take longer for your stew to cook. It doesn't really affect the stew, I just prefer to do it this way. This is the texture you want to achieve, so basically not too smooth and chopped, very like chopped pepper mixture. So you can now set the peppers aside and prepare your other ingredients. So all the ingredients I used were all down to my own personal preference, and they were chosen based on what I was craving at the time. So you can add whatever type of meat you fancy. You can even use fish, it's basically up to you. I decided to use some assorted meat. I've basically used all the different types of meat I had at home at the time. So I had beef, I had some goat meat and cow foot, also known as bokoto. It doesn't really look like cow foot right now because I took off almost all the bones. I'm also adding some Ponmo, also known as cow skin. I love the taste of stockfish in Nigerian soups, so I'm going to be adding some stockfish. I'm adding a handful of smoked prawns and 1 tablespoon of crayfish. They both give a really nice and smoky flavor to the stew. I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of iru, also known as locust beans. This also adds a great flavor, but you don't want to overdo it, so that's why I'm sticking to using 1 tablespoon. I have some salt, 3 stock cubes and palm oil. So I forgot to show you in the video that you will need 1 more onion and 1 cup of meat stock. So let's get cooking. So after adding chopped onions to the hot oil, I add iru and fry for around 2 minutes on medium heat. I go ahead and add half of the crayfish for now to start off that smoky flavor. I fry this for another 2 minutes. Add your pepper mixture and fry and stir for around 5 minutes, and then add the meat stock. I think it's best if you have a taste at this point before adding the stock cubes, just so that you don't overdo it with the salt. So you don't want it to be too salty, so I would say it's best to taste it as you go, just to avoid it being salty, and then add the stock cubes according to your preference. I'm adding 3 stock cubes here, and then I'm going to be adding all the assorted meat, stockfish, Ponmo and smoked prawns, pretty much everything, and then I'm going to cook for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. It should be pretty much done, and you know it's nearly done when the oil rises to the top, and that's when I add the rest of the crayfish. For some reason, adding crayfish at the end makes it taste even better. I really don't know how, but it works. So stir it in and you're done. I'm adding some eggs just as my own personal preference. I just stir it in and then I serve it with rice. So guys, this is pretty much how I make my Ofada sauce. I really hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.